Hello again. This is an impromptu kind of a video because I had a reply with a question in it as well about something that was posted concerning a launch of Onpassive. The question made me think about where that person was that sent it, specifically where they were mentally and emotionally. So I thought about it for a little while and then I went to bed. This was last night. Let me tell you, 2 hours later I was back up and this is when I started writing this. You know, it's occurred to me there's a lot of people that get caught up in fear quite a bit. I spoke about this in a topic previously. I think it was called the Connect to Our Future video or something. I believe it's posted on my YouTube site. We don't mean to think like that, getting caught up in fear, and we certainly don't do it on purpose. It's just a part of our brain that we call our ego is trying to make sure that we're going to be okay, that we're going to be safe. It causes us to think about all the bad things that may happen or all the undesirable effects of a particular action or how we may appear in a negative light if we engage in a certain course or any of a million things giving life to the potential negative aspects of any of our life's events. So, let me tell you something about Onpassive, okay? It's happening, whether you believe it or not, whether you agree or not. Whether you have any control whatsoever over any part of it or not, it's happening. The thing is, it's never been done before. It's a new business model that's based on new thinking and is born out of joy and heartache. You know what? It was Einstein that said a long time ago that you're not going to solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created it. Of course, I'm probably paraphrasing it, but you get the point. And the thinking that has given birth to Onpassive is certainly at a new level. No one in the entire world has ever thought that any human would ever break a 4-minute mile until it happened in 1954. Once it was done, everybody else started doing it too. And that's where we are with Onpassive. Just like the old Smokey and the Bandit theme song says, we're going to do what they say can't be done. So instead of establishing fear and then promoting it to those around you so that your ego can be appeased, think about what if Onpassive is a real opportunity. What if I can really become a founder and enjoy the benefits of it that I keep hearing about? What if this is the platform through which I can help a significant part of humanity? What if I choose to believe? But you have to know, I had my doubts too, okay? In hindsight, I realized I didn't have any idea what was involved and I didn't even know what the company was about much beyond the concept. I wasn't even real sure or clear about that. I mean, heck, the ebook that I wrote, it wasn't originally meant to be for Onpassive. It was a result of the research I was doing to try to organize information to figure out why the company couldn't be sustainable, why it was too good to be true. But like Saul on the road to Damascus, I had an epiphany that didn't change the road I was on, but it did change how I related to the road. Since then, I've seen Onpassive expand tool by tool by tool, and the company's base has broadened tenfold. I've seen the challenges overcome, roadblocks dismantled, milestones achieved. I've seen heart and soul take over where sweat and tears failed. And I have tried to report those events as accurately as I could, as I understand them. But despite my best efforts, people still don't seem to get that it's not about the launch. And I see that, I see that as a failure in my own communication. So I'm going to try a little different approach here. You see, in my view, for those of you that are sitting on your high horse of impossibility, our launch is an announcement that's going to have you realizing, once again, you've missed the opportunity of a lifetime because you've chosen to live in fear. The fear of being wrong or looking like a fool or whatever other prideful thing you can come up with to tell yourself. However, for the entirety of Onpassive, that launch is going to be a grand celebration event that announces to the world that we have done something that is now ready, and with it, we're ushering in a new era of online marketing that's going to help lift the human condition for a great, great many. Because the real opportunity is not in the launch. It's in becoming one of the two types of founders prior to the launch for one simple reason. Founders have a triple whammy ability to have teams, and those teams get built by the company. You see, it works like this. The first type of founder, the kind that we're currently enrolling, that's called an early bird founder. Early bird founders can recruit, if they want to, so they can put more founders in their teams, but they don't have to. Regardless, the company is going to undertake massive marketing campaigns prior to the launch to start building their teams. That's whammy number one. Those pre-launch campaigns are to bring in more founders, called secondary founders. So you see, early bird founders have teams built with secondary founders. Bam! Whammy number two. But since secondary founders are founders nonetheless, they also have teams, okay? So now your teams have teams. Bam! Third whammy. Can you see the power in this? As if that's not powerful enough, once we launch, that's it. We stop inviting new founders. However, the campaigns will continue. They'll just attract customers. Personally, I'm expecting to see at least 1 million customers by the end of the first year. But regardless of the number, those customers become members of the founders' teams. And before you go sinking the spurs into that high horse you're on, let me just say that you don't know what I know, and you have no idea what Onpassive has already done and already has lined up for the years that we have in our future. And this is only one aspect of the structure of the Onpassive business. There are things that are in the works, information not allowed outside of GoFounders that would blow your mind. And I'm not trying to convince anyone of anything here, per se. But I am trying to get you to understand you really need to let go of your short-sightedness. Stop focusing on the launch. It's happening. It's a done deal. It's unstoppable. I know this is going to sound weird to say, but really, forget about what you don't know. Focus on the joyful aspects of what if. Once you do that, you can grab hold of an early bird founder position and you can accomplish in 5 months what is going to take you 5 years to do if you wait until we launch. So please, if you're here as a result of somebody giving you an invitation and you're looking for answers, go back to that person, go back to that link and join their team. That'll say a lot about your integrity, and it'll certainly make that person a lot happier knowing that you were faithful to that decision. But if you're here as a result of just looking for information, hey, I would absolutely love to have you on my team. Just click the link below, join, but join pretty quickly because these campaigns are going to start pretty quickly. And when they do, if you're not a founder, you've lost out of that campaign. And that's a big deal. That's a very large part of building teams is these campaigns, and you don't want to miss them. So I urge you, get signed up, become a founder, secure your future, and I wish only the best for you and yours. Many, many blessings.